It's because it's like you don't want this to happen, but you are so focused on it and you're repeating it, and you're locking in all of your focus on it, unfortunately. And that's what we do sometimes when we don't want something to happen. We give it so much of our focus and so much of our energy. Hey there, welcome back, or welcome. On this channel, we talk about how in life, it's not only me and it's not only you, but life's ups and downs are universal. Today, let's dive into the power of choice. I'm referring to choice from the aspect of deciding how you're going to experience something or how you're going to. And I read a quote, and it said, and I might not have it exactly right, but it said that the success of anything is choice, or it comes. And I know there are like literal metrics, of course, that can determine the success of something. You might be doing a project, and of course there's KPIs, but in anything that you do, the success comes down to choice. So for example, if you teaching your dog how to be potty trained, right? You're teaching your dog how to be potty trained, and he tinkles on the mat next to the mat that you gave him. Well, last time on the floor, maybe it's somewhere else. So the proximity of it being closer to that mat, right? That's a good thing. That's an improvement. You could view that as a success. Somebody else might view that as he still didn't do it on the mat. So just in anything that you are experiencing in life, it really comes down to your perspective. I should have took that. In anything in life, it comes down to your perspective. How are you perceiving this situation? How are you viewing it? You know, this is a very, very important thing. This really can drive the success of a situation or a matter. Is simply your choice, the lens in which you choose to look at it through. This is what can really, you can apply this choice mindset, and I'm assuming my objective with saying choice is choosing a situation, you know, choosing for something to be on the better side than choosing for it to be negative. You wouldn't want to make a choice. Sometimes we do that though, but you wouldn't want to make a choice that something's going to be bad. Unintentionally or unknowingly, we do commit words to negative situations. You know, you might say, this is going to be a such and such day, or I knew it was going to, I knew it was going to go like that, or I knew you were going to do that. And maybe referring to a negative action or a negative outcome. Having that mindset, you can also decide. You can also make a decision on how something's going to go, and on someone else's behavior, or some way that the day is going to go, or whatever it is that you want to project on a situation, that also can be viewed as a decision. Objective with this video is forming a positive or favorable or enjoyable outcome or experience or result. So when I say you can decide that something can go well, even if it's not the presumed definition of it going well, right? Your mindset, what you can get out of it, can still be well. It's been called many times, I guess, the microwave generation. I guess is what it's referred to as, the microwave generation, where you kind of just want instant this, instant that. It has to go like this. It has to, where there are quick expectations and certain ways that something has to go. If it doesn't go that way, it didn't go well, and throw it. they have this saying where I don't even know where that came from, throwing the baby out with the bathwater or something. Yeah, I don't know where that's, anyways. But so there's sometimes people just can assume that something's a complete wash or a complete, redo, a complete trash. I don't know. Struggling for words. But you can have that mindset where it's like, it didn't go like this. All right, let's scrap the whole thing and let's start over. And no, there's salvageable information, things that came from this. So let's actually identify those things that are good. What are those things that are good? And having the consistency in your mind to always think about, no, what was good? What was good in this experience though? What can I utilize? What can be helpful for going forward? What actually can I say that I know now that I didn't know before? Because that's good. So I want to encourage you to utilize your power of choice. Utilize your power in the moment. Regardless of the actual outcome or result, how's it going to go in advance? You decide that in advance. And then as you're going through it, are you looking for the good? Are you looking? And then once it's over, of course, reflecting on, what do I now have that I didn't have before? What do I now see that I didn't see before? Because that means it went well. I grew, I learned, I gained something. Having that consistent type of mindset as you walk through life's ups and downs, life's various situations, you can navigating difficult situations, navigating unexpected situations. You can glide through experiences and growth, wisdom. You can show maturity. You can in everyday situations. Whether or not someone knows the full scope of your experience, if they do or if they don't, either way they see that's somebody that's put together is, I think, the most common words that people use. Or that's someone that's got it together. Because there are people that are very, very, very reactive. They're very reactive. That could come from upbringing. That could come from overly traumatic situations repeatedly. There's several reasons why somebody can be overly reactive. And it could just simply come from a I don't care, right? If somebody just genuinely doesn't care, then there's nothing there to filter them. There's nothing there to filter them. You're not going to see any poise. You're not going to see any maturity. You're not going to see any wisdom. You're going to see someone that is in the moment and they're like, and that is a choice as well. So we have a plethora of choices at our fingertips. We got a lot of options. Got a lot of options at our fingertips. You have the power to choose. Choose wisely. Sunshine. Yeah, you got the power to choose. That's well within your. So I encourage you to choose well. Choose good. Choose good. Survey and really assess what is good. What went well. What did I learn? How did I grow? These are the things that you can ask yourself in any situation. It could be something as simple as you had an interaction with somebody. They maybe were not the most pleasant to you, but the good is, how did you handle yourself? What do you now know that you didn't know? Oh, sometimes that person can be a certain way. Or if it's your first interaction with them, it just might be something for you to note. Like, oh, maybe this person could be under a lot of stress. Let me be mindful of how I interact with them. I have an awareness now that I didn't. I responded to them not at the same level that they spoke to me, but I was able to communicate what I needed or the purpose in which I had a conversation with them. Shifting your mindset to off of other people and off of results. There's a detachment that you have to detach yourself from what someone else is choosing to do, and even the end result. Now, not that you just gonna float through life and it's like, oh, that didn't go, oh, I didn't get that, I didn't do that, I didn't try for that. No, I'm not referring to just having a laissez, give up on life type of mindset. Things can go a certain way, but your mindset, your outlook, your life take a downward spiral at an outcome or someone else. There's a level of detachment that you have to master, and it is a choice. It's a choice, but it does take practice. This is what I'm trying to convey with the power of choice. And I'm going to view and I'm going to look for anything good that advanced me, anything good that I learned that I didn't know before. Anything. I'm looking for anything, because you will see more of what you focus on. It's the same with the blue car, red car. All these different types of theories and things like this, they're true, because saying what you are thinking about, it's unfortunate too, because it happens like that for the things we don't want to happen. I experienced that firsthand. You might have a situation, right? And there's a result or there's an outcome that you don't want to happen, and you keep repeating and reciting the outcome that you. Well, if you view it as every time I say this thing that I don't want to happen or that I don't want to occur, every time I say it, every time I think it, every time I say it, think it, feel it, you're casting a vote for it, basically, and it's unfortunate that you're not aware of it like that, but that's what you're doing. You're literally casting a vote for it. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. But you might verbally be saying, "Oh, don't let this happen. Please don't let this happen." The amount of intention behind it, this. You're just, you know what I'm saying? So even though there's oh, I don't want this to happen, I don't want this to happen, but it's so recurring. There's been there's been different books that I've read where someone maybe has a fear of something, right? I think there was one book I read, it was a random example, but I think it was like a farmer or something like that, and every time they would get in one of their trucks, and the trucks that they used in the farmland or whatever, it was a dangerous type of situation, because I think it was one of those ones that like turned and they would drive it and they'd be like, oh, it'd be so crazy if I fall in. Man, I would hope I don't fall in. I'd hate to fall in. And guess what their demise was? Yeah, they fell into that tractor thing, whatever the situation is. I don't know, but it's because it's like you don't want this to happen, but you are so focused on it, and you're repeating it, and you're locking in all of your focus on it, unfortunately. And that's what we do sometimes when we don't want something to happen. We give it so much of our focus and so much of our energy, and we're saying, I don't want this thing to happen, I don't want this thing to occur. And it's like, oh, you're so focused on it though. You're so focused on it. So that's where I have learned, and I'm sharing with you, there is a benefit to a level of detachment from an outcome, and a level of detachment someone else's behavior or someone else's actions that we really have to master, have to get. All right. So I sincerely hope that you look for the good. Detach from the anxiety and stress of the outcome that you are not desiring. Detach from it. Because that focus, all that energy that you're putting on what you don't want, you could unintentionally cause it to be so. I'm just speaking from a place of experience. I hope you found this video insightful. Detach from the result, the outcome emotionally, and go forward. Sunshine. Give this video a thumbs up. And you know what I found out? I found out there are so many people that are watching, but they're not subscribing. So go ahead. I would really appreciate that. Leave a comment. I love reading your comments and doing the. I will those more and more. So continue to leave comments. I'm looking forward to reading more of those. And I will see you in the next video. Go have an amazing day. Choose to have an amazing day. Okay. I love you so much for watching. Bye.